Hey guys, good morning. I'm just going to cut to the chase. I think, like a lot of Federer fans, I am a little bit shocked and depressed this morning. I was up till the bitter end last night and I saw Roger lose in 5 sets to Grigor Dimitrov. Definitely have some mixed emotions about this. I've always been a Dimitrov fan. I've always felt like he underperformed and he just needed that big breakthrough. And he got it last night. It's just not at the time that I was hoping for. But, kudos to him. He's had a great run so far. He looked amazing last night. And Roger, quite frankly, looked off. Was just making a ton of really strange head scratching errors. And I don't know, there's something about Roger, as great a champion as he is. He's just had some really inexplicable losses, and I feel like even though he doesn't show it outwardly, sometimes it just feels like when he loses a lead or when he gets down and far behind, he just seems resigned to losing. It's almost like we see that fighting spirit just kind of get extinguished. And that's sort of what happened last night. He had a good first set, then he lost the second, and it was just they kept ping ponging. Roger won the first, lost the second, won the third, and then lost the fourth and fifth. The sad thing is, I think if Grigor had lost a close match to Roger in the quarters, he would have felt absolutely like, wow, what a great run. I'm back. It would have been sort of great momentum, something to build on. Um, Especially given the year he's had and the fact that he fell to like 80 in the ranks after being top three, top five, just a couple of years ago. So it happens. Roger's had some pretty shocking losses, but this is what happens. He's 38. He's not at his peak anymore. He definitely feels like he's in the twilight of his career. Although never write Roger off. I mean, I remember in 2012 when Roger was 31, which at the time seemed old, and hadn't won a major in a few years. Everyone sort of thought it was the end for him, and then what do you know? He won Wimbledon, and his career exploded again. So, never say never. It's never too late for a final act, but that's just what went down. So let's quickly look at what else happened yesterday. Um, Obviously, Serena had zero trouble getting through her quarterfinal match. She beat Wang of China, one in love. I honestly think, the commentators were saying, "Oh, she had a perfect game. It was controlled aggression." I think honestly, Wang just didn't give her much at all. Sure, Serena played well and she showed us what she had, but there really was no resistance from Wang whatsoever. I'm happy she's through, but I wouldn't really call it an amazing performance. I would just call it, coasting with a pretty easy competitor. Medvedev is through to his first major semifinal. That's awesome for him. He's top five. It's what he should be doing. Svitolina over Konta. That's great for Svitolina as well as her boyfriend Gael Monfils. They're both into. So Monfils is in the quarters. He's fighting for a spot in the semis today. She's in the semis. They are the power couple of tennis, and it's pretty exciting. So why don't we look at what is happening today? We've got the final quarterfinal matches on the men's and women's side. We have Bencic versus Vekic. Personally, I like Vekic, but Bencic has been looking really great. And Vekic, let's not forget, she had match points against her in her previous match. So anything could happen. Monfils versus Berrettini. Berrettini is looking great after started the year great, had a little bit of a slump, but now he's back. I don't know. I'm just going with Monfils because I really want to see him make the semis. Um, Andreescu, who I saw the other night. And by the way, guys, I will be doing another video very soon where I show you some video and give you some stories about my trip to the Open where I saw Andreescu and Taylor Townsend and Nadal and Cilic. Anyway, she's facing Elise Mertens. I just think Andreescu looks incredible and unstoppable, and I think will be in the final. So, got to give this one to Andreescu. And then Schwartzman, wow, what a fighter. He looked so good against Zverev. Unfortunately, he's coming up against Rafa Nadal. The two are friends. They train together, but Nadal again looks unstoppable. So uh, it looks like it will be Nadal going through to the semifinals. Um, Another sort of sad little side note is that for all the years they've been on the tour and all the times that they've faced off, Roger and Rafa have never met at the U.S. Open, and it's just kind of a little bit of the randomness of draws and when people go out, but people keep hoping that this is the year that they'll finally meet at the Open, but it's not meant to be this year. And honestly, with the way Roger is playing, it's hard to say if it's ever going to happen. But anyway, let's not dwell on that. Let's just think about what's happening today and the rest of the tournament. So until tomorrow, guys, have a good one and take care.